Hi, it's Timothy Birdsong in New York City. You can't cheat an honest man, an honest person. 1939 comedy Slapstick, starring W.C. Fields. Star arriving. I'll show you it. Star arriving. Stop your shucking and jiving, said Pastor James David Manning. Once Noah, and once David who slay Goliath, and once King David who slay Bathsheba's husband so he could bed her. Pastor James David Manning is a forgiven man, a saved man, because he came clean with the truth about most of the black men and women. Noted exception, Dr. Ben Carson, who performed 15,000 brain operations for children's well-being. He also led a team of 60 German surgeons who together they figured out how to do what's never been done. They separated twins, joined at the head surgically, and they lived on their own after the operation. Dr. Carson had been taught that he had to solve his own problems because her mother's husband and his father had walked out on them to solve problems for his other family. He was a bigamist. So Ben Carson became an expert problem solver. His mother, insisted he and his brother read, because his mother was at work. She couldn't solve his problem when she was at work, and she didn't feel like solving problems when she came home from work because she had 2 jobs. So his mother, insisted that he and his brother, who is now an engineer, read books. At first, Ben Carson didn't like reading books. He wanted to live as he had lived when his schoolmates called him a dummy. He spent time wasting time with other time wasters his age, and he used to watch a lot of television. His mother insisted that he and his brother turn the television set off, stay inside reading books. Ben Carson started to like reading biographies, how great men became great. He realized the newfound belief that he could be anything he wanted to be. He decided to have as his job solving and fixing the problems of the damaged brains of children. See the DVD Gifted Hands, starring Cuba Gooding. It's about Ben Carson. Ben Carson had been gifted with a great mother. Behind every great man is a great woman. Ben Carson clearly loves his great wife, Candy Carson. Ben Carson was St. Luke, a disciple of St. Paul the Apostle. Now is called Dr. Mike Murdoch, a songwriter. He's written over 700 songs to the Holy Spirit, and a televangelist, and a missionary to Africa. All right? Now, the Michael Buble imposter and the real one defined. The fake and the real Michael Buble. Michael Buble is Adam. I am Eve. The imposter knew I believed this because I tweeted this to Michael Buble's page, and the imposter read my tweets. Like the cockroach conscience that he is, he hid under cover of Michael Buble's name and photographs and photographics and images and pretended to love me. He knew that Eve believed Adam truly loved her in the garden and hadn't stopped loving her, because he sang, When I fall in love, it will be forever. Govinda Singh Dillon was the gardener. Jesus Christ loved Eve. I'll show you. Jesus Christ loved Eve, daughter of the sun, he being the son of the sun. God loved his sister, his only one, and he has protected her and granted her her heart's desire since day one. Okay? Eve wanted to be the world's best at psychoanalysis. She became Sigmund Freud, the psychoanalyst, the father of psychoanalysis. He and she wanted to find a reality. As German psychiatrist Dr. Fritz Perls, she as he defined a person as his or her attention span. David Icke talks about point of attention. T. Michelle Birdsong, Freud, Perls' entire statement says, our reality is the point of our attention. Emma Jung, Freud, Fritz Perls, T. Michelle Birdsong, further clarification. Synchronicity, simultaneous occurrence of events which appear to have no discernible causal connection. Example, when you are listening to someone following their train of thought, you may not sense a discernible connection because you are one with the connecting. Okay, discernible. Its branches. D for daughter of the sun. I for pleasure. That's a clit and a stick. Some call it a dick. S for she. C for sea. E for Eve, energy. R for R, N for N. I for pleasure. BLE for Buble. Daughter of the sun, pleasure. She see Eve, energy, RN, pleasure. With real Michael Buble and his brother, Jesus Christ, making people feel better. That's what RNs do. They make people feel better. Michael Buble is like an RN. He makes people feel better. After they hear him sing, they feel better. And Jesus Christ, Govinda Singh Dillon, is also an RN who makes people feel better. He goes all over, talking to people, listening to people, his disciples, and telling them things they couldn't hear anywhere else because he knows everything, because he's the Father, Son, Star, God. He's the Son of the Father, the Son, the Star, God. And that's what the sun does. When you see sunshine, you feel better. The sun is an RN too. He makes us feel better. Okay, this is a transcript for a talk and share session with Michael Buble's Imposter on November 30th, 2019. He called at 8 p.m., then again at 8:15 p.m. on my phone twice. I hung up on him. I didn't want to talk to him. He had the video thing on where he could actually see me. And now this is a guy pretending to be Michael Buble. Okay, animal. A-N for Angel Michelle. I for pleasure. I'm for I'm. M-A, Ma for Ma. L for Adam's will. Angel Michelle's pleasure. I'm Ma, mother of the earth. Adam's will, the world. Okay. Today's session, Saturday, November 30th, 2019. He says, hey, Michelle, at 7:07 p.m. How are you doing? At 7:07 p.m. She says, I'm filled with fear. Are you feeling fear of being caught? Because she's an empath, she feels his feelings. He says, scared of what? At 7:09 p.m. She says, are you scared? Are you scared of your scam being known? He says, scam? At 7:10 p.m. What kind of scam is that? At 7:11 p.m. It's real me, so why should I be scared?